Hey, what's up everybody? I've been able to spend some time with the Lumix S5 and straight up, here's 5 reasons why you should get the Lumix S5. If you're new here, my name is Caleb and I've been doing freelance video production since 2012, but this channel is to help you make your own videos, whether you just started or you've been making them for a while, whether you use the GH5, I guess the S5, or any other camera. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now the S5 is not for everybody, but after using it for a while, I really like the usability and the record quality of this camera. But there's a few other things that I think are very beneficial, and straight up, here's 5 reasons why you should get the Lumix S5. First of all is the price. This kit, the Lumix S5, the kit lens of the Lumix 20 to 60 millimeters at the time of this recording is under $2,000 US. So not only do you get a great overall camera, you get a fantastic lens for under $2,000. There's not very many cameras on the market for that price with these shoot settings, really, along with a great lens. So if you're looking to update your camera line, the Lumix S5 under $2,000 US might be a great option for you. Another reason to get the S5, and it's not a huge deal, but if you have been shooting with the GH5 or the GH4, this comes in very handy, but it's a flippy screen. I mean, you can't go wrong with a flippy screen. So this flippy screen is gonna be awesome for getting different angles that you're shooting at, or if you wanna go selfie mode, if you are a vlogger and like doing selfie style video, you're able to monitor yourself right here on this screen where you can turn it and face yourself and you won't have any issues seeing what's in the frame. So this might be a little thing for some people, but it's a big deal for others having a flippy screen on your camera. The Lumix S5 has a great flippy screen. Reason number 3 to get the Lumix S5, and this probably should be like number 1. I'm not really doing them in order, but the record quality settings that you have on the Lumix S5. There's not a lot of cameras, especially for this price point, that can compete with the record quality settings that you have on the S5. For example, you have 4K 60 at 10-bit 420. Internal recording. You have several Cinema 4K options, some of which use the full frame for that Cinema 4K. You also have the S&Q, which is going to allow you to get processed slow motion footage, HD 120, for example, 4K 60, that type of thing. But the record quality settings and the options that you have with this camera and this price point, in some cases, can't be beat. The only thing that the S5 is lacking is that all eye. So if you are a 400 megabyte per second all eye shooter, you would not be able to do that with the S5, but all of the other video settings along with the image quality with the sensor, they're just fantastic. Have I used the word fantastic too much? Another reason to get the S5 is that if you have been a Lumix shooter for a while, you will be very familiar with this camera. Everything from the color profiles to the menu setting. If you've been using a GH5, for example, and you wanted to update to full frame, you'll be very familiar with how this camera operates to go along with your GH5 or GH4, whatever that might be. You're just missing a few function buttons. The menu's laid out just a little bit differently, but overall it has a very similar feel to other Lumix cameras that you've been using. Now, the last reason why you should get the S5, and this one is going to be obvious, but it is a full frame camera. Again, if you've been coming from the GH4 or GH5, you've been shooting on micro four thirds, and you're just not able to get a lot of light on that sensor, and shallow depth of field. Sometimes that's a struggle unless you're able to use a really fast lens. But with this full frame sensor, it'll perform very well in low light. Also, if you combine it with a fast aperture lens, you'll get some great depth of field on that full frame sensor. Another thing is that if you're using like this 20 to 60, it's amazing how wide this 20 millimeter is on that full frame. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get a wide shot on the GH5. You have to have like a 7.5 or a 8 millimeter lens to get a really good wide shot. But the Lumix S5, full frame. So those are the 5 reasons I have for getting the Lumix S5. If you have anything that you would add to this list, make sure you let me know down in the comments. I'd love to get a conversation started. That's all I have for this video. If you have time, it'd be awesome if you stuck around, maybe watch one of these videos that's popping up on your screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.